The full moon hung heavy in the night sky, casting silver light over the snow-covered forest. A lone wolf emerged from the shadows, raised its head, and released a haunting, echoing howl. The eerie sound sent shivers down the spine of a nearby camper, who huddled closer to the fire. "They always howl at the moon," the camper whispered, eyes locked on the glowing orb above. But is that really true? Do wolves actually howl at the moon? Or is this just another legend passed down through time? The image of wolves howling at the moon has long been ingrained in human folklore. Ancient civilizations carved depictions of wolves and the moon onto cave walls, and early storytellers spoke of mysterious connections between these creatures and the celestial body. Even modern culture, from movies to book covers, reinforces the idea that wolves serenade the moon, fueling the belief that the two are intrinsically linked. But where did this myth originate, and what is the reality behind these haunting cries? Legends vary across different cultures. Norse mythology, for example, speaks of the great wolf Fenrir, who was destined to bring about the end of the world. Some Native American tribes believed that wolves had spiritual ties to the moon, serving as guides between the earthly and the divine. Early European folklore linked wolves to mystical beings like werewolves, often depicted under the light of a full moon. These stories, told over generations, have shaped the way humans perceive wolves and their nocturnal howls. To uncover the truth, let's step into the world of the wolf. Deep within the dense forests of Yellowstone National Park, a pack of wolves begins their nightly ritual. The alpha, a large gray male with piercing yellow eyes, lifts his head and howls into the crisp air. One by one, his packmates join in, their voices weaving together in a chilling, harmonious symphony. But are they singing to the moon, or is there another reason for their calls? A young wolf, newly integrated into the pack, hesitates before tilting its head back and adding its voice to the chorus. This moment is crucial. Howling is not just a sound. It's a form of bonding, a declaration of unity. The wolves howl to reinforce their familial ties, ensuring that each member knows they belong. The forest around them is dark, illuminated only by the moon's glow, but their communication transcends sight. They are speaking a language older than time itself. Scientists and wildlife experts have studied wolf behavior extensively and found no evidence that wolves howl at the moon specifically. Instead, their howls serve a practical purpose: communication. Wolves use howls to locate pack members, establish territory, and warn rivals to stay away. The reason people associate howling with the moon is likely because wolves are more active at night, and their calls are more noticeable when the world is quiet and still. Furthermore, on clear nights, when the moon is bright, wolves are more visible to human observers. This might have led ancient people to connect the two events, creating the illusion that wolves howl at the moon. But in reality, wolves howl regardless of the moon's phase, whether it's a crescent, full, or new moon. Research has shown that different types of howls exist for different purposes. Some are long and drawn out, signaling pack members over great distances. Others are shorter, sharper warnings to rivals to steer clear of their domain. Even pups, still too young to hunt, practice tiny, high-pitched howls to mimic their elders. The night air carries these messages across miles, reinforcing the complex and intelligent nature of wolf communication. As dawn begins to break, the wolves' howls fade, and they retreat into the shadows once more. The camper, who had spent the night listening in awe, realizes something important. The wolves weren't singing to the moon. They were speaking to each other, their voices echoing across the wilderness to strengthen their bonds and maintain their territory. The idea of wolves howling at the moon may be a beautiful and haunting legend, but the truth is even more fascinating. Wolves use their voices to survive, thrive, and communicate in a world governed not by myths, but by nature's rules. The young wolf who had hesitated earlier is now fully engaged, howling confidently alongside the others. He understands, in an instinctual way, that his voice is a part of something bigger. His place in the pack is secure, and as the pack moves deeper into the forest, their unity is stronger than ever. The next time you hear a wolf's howl on a moonlit night, remember, they're not crying out to the sky, but to one another. And perhaps, In their wild, primal way, they remind us of the power of connection and the strength found in unity. The myth of wolves and the moon may persist, but the reality is just as magical, if not more so. Wolves are storytellers in their own right, not through words, but through the echoes of their ancient songs. And that is something truly worth listening to.